New fundraising efforts to aid the recovery from Cyclone Gabrielle are being labelled good political strategy. An international appeal is targeting wealthy New Zealanders overseas, alongside businesses with relationships here. The special Lotto draw will be held on March 18, with half of all ticket sales going to those affected. Auckland University Associate Professor of Marketing Bodo Lang says we have huge extra costs to somehow stomach.
The last thing you want to do shortly before an election is to say, look, we're going to imply a new tax. And so I think it's an interesting, relatively innovative move.
But there are concerns about the normalisation of gambling. Problem Gambling spokesperson Andre Frood says gambling causes harm in our communities.
We're going to see the special draw advertised very heavily. I understand Facebook are going to be promoting it. So that all serves to normalise it, particularly for young people.
Meanwhile, evacuations are underway in the Gisborne suburb of Mangapapa, where heavy rain has caused drains to flood and creeks to rise to about 2 metres. Affected families are being urged to evacuate to the Civil Defence Evacuation Centre, House of Breakthrough on Potai Avenue or to Whānau and Friends. State Highway 35 between Ruatoria and Tiki Tiki has closed overnight due to flooding. Meanwhile, Hawke's Bay Civil Defence is asking people to keep off the roads if possible, with surface flooding in several parts of the region. A section of State Highway 5 Napier to Taupo Road around Te Pohui, north of Eskdale, has reportedly slipped away. Local bodies want more say on where public money is spent in their areas. Local Government New Zealand President Stuart Crosby says 90% of public expenditure is from central government, putting us in the top 3 most centralised countries in the OECD. Rotorua Mayor Tania Tapsell told Kate Hawkesby central government often lacks local knowledge.
Decisions made in government in Wellington do not best serve our diverse communities.
A number of ferry delays and cancellations has led to Consumer NZ lodging a complaint with the Commerce Commission. The watchdog believes Inter-Islander and Bluebridge are failing to meet the obligations under the Consumer Guarantees Act, alleging the operators are misleading passengers about their rights. An Inter-Islander spokesperson says some of the delays are outside of Inter-Islanders' control and they're happy to work with the Commerce Commission. The Prime Minister says comments by Te Whatu Orders Board Chair on National's Three Waters policy were inappropriate. Rob Campbell is under fire after he took to social media to vent about the opposition's Three Waters proposal and leader Christopher Luxon. Chris Hipkins says the comments are well outside the code of conduct around political commentary by people holding roles like Campbell's.
That is ultimately now a matter that the ministers responsible will be raising with him, and of course there's a process that they need to work through in doing that.
Rishi Sunak has struck a new deal on post-Brexit trade rules for Northern Ireland. The British Prime Minister is gambling that the reward of better ties with the European Union is worth any discord it might cause. The deal seeks to resolve tensions caused by the 2020 post-Brexit arrangements governing Northern Ireland, a British province, and its open border with EU member Ireland.
Thanks for checking out our YouTube channel to stay up to date with all the latest news from the New Zealand Herald. Click the subscribe button below or check out one of the videos here and head over to nzherald.co.nz for more details on these stories and more.